Welcome to the show that literally takes it to the streets. No studio, no budget, no problem. It's Flatbed Tonight with your host, Chris Hars.
Hi, and welcome back to Flatbed Tonight. I am your host, Chris Hars, and tonight we are joined by veterans advocate Jerry Kovacs. Jerry, thanks for coming to the show.
Yeah, thanks.
You know, I got to say, as a veterans advocate, and the last name Kovacs, which was the character from Born on the 4th of July, that was his last name, by the way, as well. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's his character. So
I'm
you're not in a wheelchair, so you're not that guy.
No.
But he was also a veterans advocate.
Sure. Well, I'm Canadian, so July 1st is my day, not July 4th.
I know, you're right. So tell me about yourself. You're a veterans advocate. Are you a veteran yourself?
I am. I was in the reserves.
You were in the reserve, and what branch of the service of the reserves?
Army.
In the Army.
It's not for everybody.
It's not absolutely not for everybody. Yeah, I was in the mess tent. That's what I was. Yeah. You know, I was in the Navy. I was a naval reservist, actually.
Navy. Come on.
Oh, you know what? It's go time. It's go. We're in port, and the Army and Navy are going to go at it, my friend. So tell me, what as an advocate, what kind of is the priority to you right now?
Well, the most important priority was the return to pensions. Before 2006, veterans received a pension, and after 2006, they didn't. So
and why is that?
2 years ago, because they're expensive. Pensions are expensive. So instead of giving monthly pensions to veterans, they gave them a lump sum award that was to last them for the rest of their life.
Right.
But in 2 years ago, Justin Trudeau promised to return to the pensions, and he's failed to deliver.
Son of a bitch. We're gonna talk to him about that.
Well, it's expensive, right?
It is expensive. Of course it is.
Money.
Yeah. You know what else is also expensive? Being overrun by Germans. That's expensive.
The veterans we worry about are the ones that are mentally and physically injured.
Absolutely.
There are lots of veterans there that are in great health, thanks very much, but it's the ones that are not in great health that we're concerned about.
Well, when I was growing up, we had a number of guys who had come back from the war, and we were growing up, and they were shell shocked. They used to call it shell shock, right? It's PTSD now, but shell shocked, and they were never the same, and they ended up, using alcohol and other substances to make, you know what I mean, and they had the dangly cigarette, you know what I mean. They never bothered butting it. It was the longest heater in the world, and there was a community, and one of the most important parts of that community, and we were talking about this earlier, was the Royal Canadian Legion.
And did you know that after World War II, there was a Legion brand of cigarettes? The Royal Canadian Legion was actually selling cigarettes with their crest on them.
I think that's a great idea.
There were Legion matches too.
Well, you know what? I owe the very start of my career to the Royal Canadian Legion.
Yeah, there's Legion beer now.
Is there Legion beer?
Legion lager.
Legion lager, there you go. But I'm going to tell you this truth. This is a true story. The Royal Canadian Legion used to sponsor an oratorical competition.
All right.
Public speaking contests.
How old were you back then?
I was a kid. I was in grade school. Right, and actually our whole family.
So that was a while ago.
Our whole family competed in this. It was a long time ago, competed, and we won all the time. It was something that we always aspired to. But I went provincially and competed, and it was great, and it was all sponsored by the Royal Canadian Legion and all the different branches that all create, and they in the schools. So I have a real love affair for the Legion, actually.
So are you giving them credit for the amazing springboard into your flatbed career?
Absolutely. They're responsible for that. They're responsible for a lot of things.
The Royal Canadian Legion, everybody, is responsible for this flatbed truck on Elgin Street.
At the end of the day, that's who you to blame. That's who you can blame.
Or give the credit to.
Or give the credit to. One of the two. Absolutely. And you know what? We're going to be going around to all the Legions. We have a segment of our show that's called the Pickled Egg Report. And we're going to all the Legions across the country, and we're testing pickled eggs.
Is there Legion lager with the pickled eggs?
You know what? I have been known to have one or two, right? I might have one or two. But the only thing, we're going to talk about this very, very briefly, but
sure.
I have to say the Legion needs to do a better job. You said they needed to do a better job recruiting current veterans.
Correct. The younger veterans, those from Afghanistan, for example.
And they got to get them involved, right?
Sure.
And so how do they do that? Well, any suggestions?
They need to appeal to the services and benefits that some of these younger veterans need. they need to perhaps think about making the Legion more family-oriented.
Okay.
Many of these younger veterans are married with younger children,
Right.
so they need to think about having some family or community type of events that appeal to them.
Well, there it is. Fun day at the Legion, folks. This has been Flatbed Tonight. My name is Chris Haas. Thanks for watching.